What if the vast, unforgiving silence of the Outback was the only place where a secret could truly survive? In The Consequence of Anna, authors Kate Birkin and Mark Bornz weave a haunting tale inspired by true events, set against the rugged backdrop of 1930s Australia. This is not just a historical romance, it is a gripping exploration of isolation, societal judgment, and the heavy price of forbidden love. The story follows Anna, a young woman whose life is upended by a scandalous affair and a pregnancy that threatens to destroy her family's standing in a small, tight-knit community. As she navigates the harsh realities of rural life during the Great Depression, Anna must decide whether to conform to the rigid expectations of her time or forge a path of her own, no matter the cost. If you are drawn to stories of resilience, historical intrigue, and the raw beauty of the Australian landscape, this audiobook will transport you to a world where every choice has a consequence. Birkin and Bornz begin by painting a vivid picture of the Outback, describing the relentless heat, the red dust, and the stark beauty that defines the region. The audiobook format is particularly effective here, as the narration is atmospheric, emotional, and deeply immersive. The narrator's voice acts as a storyteller around a campfire, delivering the text with a pacing that mirrors the slow, deliberate rhythm of life in the bush. Listeners feel the isolation and the intensity of the setting, as the landscape becomes a character in its own right. It creates an atmosphere of tensed anticipation, replacing modern comfort with historical grit. The core of the book details Anna's struggle to maintain her dignity in the face of gossip and ostracization. The authors explore the complex dynamics of her relationship with the father of her child, a man bound by his own secrets and societal pressures. They depict the daily hardships of farm life, the impact of the Depression on rural communities, and the unspoken rules that govern social interactions. These sections are emotionally resonant and historically rich, offering a granular look at women's lives in early 20th century Australia. The narrator guides listeners through these personal trials with sensitivity, ensuring that Anna's inner turmoil is felt deeply. It transforms abstract historical facts into a visceral, human experience. One of the most compelling aspects of The Consequence of Anna is its focus on the strength of female solidarity in a patriarchal society. The story highlights the relationships between Anna and other women in the community, some who judge her, others who secretly support her. It shows how women navigate a world that offered them little power, finding ways to protect themselves and each other. These insights are socially relevant and empowering, appealing to those interested in feminist history and human resilience. The audiobook captures this nuanced dynamic, with a tone that is compassionate yet unflinching. It reminds listeners that survival often requires quiet rebellion. The book also addresses the theme of truth versus reputation, discussing how families would go to great lengths to hide scandals to preserve their social standing. The authors delve into the psychological toll of living a lie and the eventual unraveling of secrets. These reflections are psychologically profound and dramatically satisfying, adding depth to the romantic plot. The narration handles these moments of revelation with tension, creating a vision of a society where appearance mattered more than reality. It invites listeners to question the cost of conformity. As the story moves towards its climax, the stakes rise as Anna's secret threatens to be exposed, forcing her to make a definitive choice about her future. The authors describe the emotional and physical journey she undertakes to find peace and autonomy. These sections are poignant and powerful, marking the transition from victimhood to agency. The audiobook supports this arc of liberation, with a pacing that allows for the weight of the decision to settle. The Consequence of Anna concludes with a reflection on the legacy of those who came before us. Kate Birkin and Mark Bornz leave listeners with the understanding that love and truth are worth fighting for, even in the harshest conditions. For fans of historical fiction, Australian literature, or stories of strong women, this audiobook is an essential resource. It proves that some secrets change everything. So put on your headphones, feel the heat, and listen. The Outback has a story to tell.